Okay, dear students, we have already finished the topic nutrition. Today we are going to start with respiration. We will learn what is respiration, what are the various modes of respiration, and what is the system present in human body for respiration, or the supplementary system required for respiration. All these things we will learn today. Students, if you have good understanding of nutrition, then respiration is quite easy. Otherwise, at the end of the chapter, students are not able to distinguish between nutrition and respiration. Many a time our students feel that respiration means just taking the air inside the nose and again releasing the air from the nose. Inhalation and exhalation. But be clear, this respiration is not breathing. Intake of air and exit of air from the nose, that is breathing. Respiration is something quite vital and the next part of nutrition. How is that cycle? I have explained a little bit in the beginning called life process. What is that life process? What are the various processes required? But today I will explain everything in detail. A student, respiration simply means conversion of the simple food that is being absorbed or assimilated in the body of organism to the energy, because organism or the cells of organism needs energy. Okay, but this energy cannot be taken directly, it is taken indirectly. Indirectly, the raw material taken was the complex food. Even our cell or body cannot understand that complex food, so that complex food need to be converted into the simpler food. That was the glucose, peptic acid, or peptone, fatty acid. Now, how this glucose is going to give energy to different cells, that is called respiration. So, right, the definition is very simple. So, it is conversion of simple food into energy. Respiration means this. A student, keep in mind, simple food. Simple food is what? What do we mean by the simple food? The food that is being assimilated in our or absorbed by the body or absorbed or dissolved in our blood. So these simple food are the glucose or peptic acid or peptone or fatty acid which have been dissolved or mixed in blood and transported to different cells. This much part we have already covered. The simple food where it is absorbed or assimilated. So it is absorbed or assimilated by the villi that I had explained. Let us just quickly recap. This was the intestine where the villi was absorbing the digested food or the simple food and water, and it was going to the blood. Okay, and the waste was disposed through rectum. So this thing. Now, when this food means this digested food have reached to different cells, then inside this cell what is going to happen, that we are going to discuss today. A student, so these cells, inside these cells, the process of conversion of this simple food into energy takes place. So that process is called respiration. So this energy, so this occur inside cell. It is basically living cell. If the cell is not living, then this respiration will not occur. Why? Because it is the need of the cell organelle to have energy for their functioning. If the cell organelles are not continuously getting the energy, then the cell organelles cannot function unless or until the cell organelles like Golgi bodies and various other organelles, if they are not functional, the cell will not functional. If the cell is not functional, then tissue will not work. The organism will not remain alive. So that's why this respiration takes place at cellular level. So that is one thing. So right, it occurs at cellular level, that is inside this cell. Inside cell. So keep in mind, it is not just breathing. Even for this respiration, we will learn today, the oxygen is required. The supply of oxygen is done by this breathing. So that is one thing. So that we will write later. So this occur at this cellular level. This is important thing. Now, a student, if you have any doubt, then let me explain a bit more. Let us going backward to explain something. A student, this is the summary of nutrition and digestion in human that I had already explained to you. So very first, whatever the food you are taking, that intake of food is called the ingestion. You are taking it through the mouth. Mouth have the teeth that basically chew the food. That is called mastication. And there is also salivary gland that leaches the saliva to make the food softer. Through that, the food passes through the food pipe. It is the next step. And after food pipe, it goes to the stomach. So in this stomach, we have lower. There are different kind of enzymes which are released by different axillary organ or the inner lining of the stomach itself that help in the digestion. So what was that? That we have lower. So in this stomach, inner lining contain the gastric gland that leaches mucus, HCl and pepsin. So in that, the food is digested, and this digested food goes to a small intestine. Even the small intestine itself contains various intestinal gland, or they also releases the intestinal juice and takes the release of pancreas and liver to digest the food finally. I mean, the final digestion takes place in this intestine. Not only digestion, in the later part of this intestine, whatever the simple food or digested food form, that is also absorbed. So that absorption is called as assimilation. So absorption occurs through the villi that I had also explained there. So see, this food absorption and mixing with the blood, then it is carried to different cells. That is called the assimilation part. This part we are going to learn today. Okay. So this absorption or respiration or assimilation part we are going to learn. So absorption is a physical process where the food from the intestine get mixed in our blood, and blood is transporting to different cells. Now inside cell, the chemical reaction is going to occur. That chemical reaction is called respiration or assimilation. Simply. So this part we are going to learn. So here we will learn whatever the glucose which is being absorbed whatever the amino acid, or basically the peptic acid, from there this amino acid and fatty acid. So how these things are going to going to consumed by the cells to give the energy. So this way energy requirement is met. So student, I will start with this glucose. Okay, so this glucose that I'm going to start. So respiration is very simple thing, means we want to convert the simple food like glucose or amino acid or fatty acid, right here, amino acid or fatty acid, even the peptic acid, even the peptones, etc. So how this simple food is going to convert it into the energy, that process is called respiration. So respiration is not breathing, but it is occurring in our cell. So it is a chemical reaction, but for that chemical reaction oxygen is required. So that oxygen is supplied by breathing. So let me write 2 or 3 things before writing the chemical reaction. So first thing is it occur inside the cell, right? It is a chemical or rather biochemical, or in some places biological, or in some places active reaction, process or reaction. So this is important. In simple word, it is a chemical reaction. A chemical reaction. This chemical reaction may occur in presence of oxygen or even in absence of oxygen also. So which may occur in presence student, if you feel any doubt at any place, please interrupt. Do not be mum. जब भी आपको डाउट हो, क्योंकि अब ये यदि आप अभी नहीं समझेंगे तो कभी भी नहीं समझ पाएंगे. So a chemical reaction which may occur in presence of oxygen or in absence of oxygen or in limited supply, means whatever the required level of oxygen, that is not there, but not totally absence of oxygen, some limited amount of oxygen is present, or in limited supply of oxygen. Student, this limited supply of oxygen is also written as lack of oxygen. So there is a difference between absent and lack. Lack means not sufficient. Many times our student think that both are the same thing. No, it is different. So this chemical reaction is this respiration can occur in 3 modes. From here the mode of respiration is defined. So that is called aerobic and anaerobic. And the type of reaction that can occur, that is also defined from the here itself. So this situation where there is presence of oxygen, this presence of oxygen means access, means here there is sufficient oxygen is present. So whatever the amount required, it is adequate, means oxygen is present in sufficient amount, so that how much is required, that the reaction can get it. But in this case no oxygen, and in third situation, there is oxygen but a limited supply of oxygen. So in this first situation where the chemical reaction, what chemical reaction? Glucose is going to convert into the simpler molecule from where the energy will release. That energy will be absorbed and stored by the cell organelle called mitochondria. So if this reaction occur in sufficient supply of oxygen, it is called aerobic respiration. It will be one thing. And these two, where the supply is not sufficient, it is called anaerobic respiration. Okay, student. So therefore, these two modes are defined based on the presence of oxygen. Now, since this reaction is occurring where? This reaction is going to occur inside the cell. So where this occur? So this chemical reaction occur inside cell. Now the cell have the various parts. The broader part or the major region outside the nucleus, where it is filled with a liquid called cytoplasm. So in this cell, it is the cytoplasmic region, plasmic area or region. This reaction occur, and in that cytoplasmic region, there are various organelles like mitochondria, Golgi body, endoplasmic reticulum, lysosome, means all those which are outside the nucleus. They are. So this reaction is going to start in the cytoplasmic region of the cell. But if there is sufficient supply of oxygen, then this reaction just occur at the surface or even inside the mitochondria itself. And whatever the energy that is going to release by this process will be stored in mitochondria. So the chemical reaction occur inside the cell where energy is released and stored by mitochondria. So these things we will learn today. How is this reaction? Those things we are going to learn. So a student, now I am going to write this reaction. What is this reaction? So the simple food, let me write the block first. Simple food. What is the simple food? It is the glucose, maybe your peptic acid or peptones or the fat itself, means fatty acid basically. This is going to be converted into the raw material. I mean the final reaction is going to occur to disintegrate this glucose to give the byproduct, what we call that as the byproduct, plus, or let me write the energy first, because the prime purpose is to get the energy. So write the energy first to give the energy, but along with this energy, the various other materials are also produced. So they are the simple molecule like carbon dioxide in some case alcohol, in some case it is the lactic acid. So that is the our byproduct. Byproduct are those things which are not required, but ultimately it is produced in our reaction. So this process of conversion is called as your respiration. It is our respiration, or also called as the assimilation. So this glucose, which contains the carbon, it is basically the 6 carbon atom at least, that is going to convert into the energy. Energy is not a matter, so how much energy will produce, that we will see. And in this case, the byproduct may be your carbon dioxide, maybe your ethanol, maybe your lactic acid. Here it is the 1 carbon. Here ethanol have the 2 carbon. This structure of ethanol we will learn in our chapter 4. It is our C2H5OH. It is this 3 carbon, may C3 with OH group is also there, and the COOH group is also there, carboxylic acid. This we will learn later. So it have the 3 carbon. Means this 6 carbon atom molecule is going to either convert into this way, means this is going to convert either this or this or this. It is this one. This or this or this. So this process is called your respiration. A student, while glucose is going to convert into the simpler one, what is this? If you could recall, then please recall the process of photosynthesis. What was happening? In photosynthesis, carbon dioxide was reacting with water to give the glucose. In that, oxygen was liberated. But it is just opposite to that photosynthesis. Means this need oxygen. So if there is sufficient oxygen, means oxygen is present in sufficient amount, it will produce this one. If some amount of oxygen is there, it will produce this one. And if there is no oxygen, then it will produce, sorry, it is just reversed. Second one is minus O2, or no oxygen. This simply means it is right, better is no oxygen. And this is what? Limited oxygen. So it is few oxygen are present, means limited oxygen. So these are the 3 cases. So depending on the presence of oxygen or absence or limited supply of oxygen, these 3 products are going to be formed. Another important thing, student, it is not the glucose which is directly going to convert into this one. It is first converted into a 3 carbon atom molecule, which is not permanently existing in nature, but it occurred during the reaction only. So this 3 carbon atom molecule, it is basically, let me write the full form completely to avoid confusion. It is 3 carbon atoms containing molecule. That molecule is called, so it is an intermediate molecule. It is not the permanent molecule. It cannot be isolated and stored in our lab, but it is formed during this reaction, means falling in this reaction mechanism. So this molecule is called as the pyruvate. Okay, student? So pyruvate, it is this one. This we will see. So this is what and how the respiration occur. Again, this will be our aerobic respiration, and these 2 will fall under anaerobic respiration. This thing we will see. And this conversion of glucose into this pyruvate means only up to this much process. This is called hydrolysis of glucose. This is called as glycolysis. Okay, student. So this conversion or breaking of glucose molecule means hydrolysis of glucose, but the specific name is your glycolysis. So this glycolysis term you have to keep in mind, pyruvate term you have to keep in mind, and what is lactic acid and ethane and ethanol that is formed. These things are you have to keep in mind. And this part, I mean glucose to pyruvate formation, it is always in cytoplasmic region. Cytoplasmic region. Now, when this pyruvate is formed and mitochondria is closer to this pyruvate molecule, and also there is sufficient amount of oxygen in that cytoplasmic region, from where this oxygen is coming, it is supplied through our breathing system. Okay, means a respiratory system, respiratory organ. Then this process itself means the first part itself, it will occur at mitochondria. At mitochondria. This we will also write. But if the oxygen is not sufficient, then this part, I mean the second and third, is not occurring exactly on the surface or inside the mitochondria, but rather closer to the mitochondria, and whatever the energy produced, 2-ATP, that is being absorbed by the mitochondria. Okay, student? So these are the things we have to write. Yeah, tell me any doubt. Otherwise, I will write all this process, whatever I have discussed. Boliye Neeraj.
सर वो ग्लूकोज से पायरुवेट का कन्वर्शन और एक बार पूछ।
हाँ, देखिए हमने ये बताया. Let me go for the next step where I will write and explain everything once again. I have just told you the definition of respiration. देखिए यहाँ पहला हमने आपको ये बताया है कि रेस्पिरेशन का डेफिनेशन क्या है. सिंपल फूड से एनर्जी मिलने वाला है, और साथ में जब एनर्जी मिलेगा तो क्योंकि ये मैटर है तो कुछ ना कुछ बाई प्रोडक्ट या दूसरे केमिकल मॉलिक्यूल मिलेंगे. अब ये सिंपल फूड हमारे क्या क्या रहेंगे? तो सिंपल फूड इज द सिंपलेस्ट दैट वी हैव टू कंसीडर इज द ग्लूकोज ओनली. सो ग्लूकोज से अपने को एनर्जी तो मिलेंगे ही, साथ में जो बाई प्रोडक्ट मिलेंगे, दिस बाई प्रोडक्ट आई हैव लिस्टेड कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड और इथेनॉल और लैक्टिक एसिड. ओके स्टूडेंट, सो मींस either it could be this one or this one or this one, means lactic acid. This glucose is what? It is a 6 carbon atom containing molecule, because formula you are already knowing, it is C6H12O6. It is this one, and this is CO2, carbon dioxide, means contain 1 carbon only. This is ethanol, it contains 2 carbon, the formula is C2H5OH. And lactic acid, this lactic acid is quite common in our milk and in some of the fruits also. Okay, so that contains the 3 carbon, C3. I mean there is acid term, so I think it is H8C, I mean OO, it is like that. There is basically 1 2 3, means one is this one, CO4 is there, that we will learn later what is the structure, because that contains the carboxylic acid as well as the alcohol group. So student, here we are observing that this 6 carbon molecule have to be converted into either 1 carbon or 2 carbon or 3 carbon atom molecule. This conversion of 6 carbon into 1, 2 or 3 carbon atom molecule which are stable, means CO2 or ethanol or lactic acid, is not occurring abruptly. It is occurring slowly by following the path where an intermediate complex compound is formed. That complex compound is called pyruvate. This is an intermediate compound. It is found by analysis that this compound contains 3 carbon atoms. Okay, I mean this one molecule of pyruvate contains 3 carbon atoms, and this pyruvate molecule or whatever this intermediate complex molecule is found, it is not stable. It cannot be separated and stored in the lab. Otherwise, if it can be, then see, then how convenient it become. Then this pyruvate can be directly given to the patient. But what we are giving to the patient for energy. We are giving the glucose. So this pyruvate is nothing but it is the intermediate compound of 3 carbon atoms, which is converted or which will successively converted either into carbon dioxide or ethanol or lactic acid. Okay, student? Neeraj, any more doubt?
No, sir.
Now, this conversion of glucose into pyruvate, this occur in the cytoplasmic region of the cell. You are already knowing that this is what, if this is the cell, this is the nucleus, then this is filled with a liquid called cytoplasmic region. There is mitochondria, there is Golgi bodies, there is endoplasmic reticulum, and many more. Okay. So this will occur in this region. I mean, this will form in this region. This reaction will occur in this region. If there is sufficient amount of oxygen, how the oxygen is coming? Oxygen is also coming through the blood. Like this glucose have entered here. Glucose have entered this cell. The oxygen will also enter. From where it is entering? By the diffusion from the blood. So this is from the blood. Because blood have carried. From where this blood have got this glucose molecule? From our villi, they have absorbed. From where they are getting this oxygen? From the lungs. So again in the lungs, there is a filter like villi, where on the one side, I mean the inner chamber, there is oxygen rich air, and on the secondary side there is blood. So oxygen rich air enters into the blood, and the carbon dioxide, which is present in higher concentration on the blood side, that will enter into the secondary side or in the cavity. That we will also draw in next part of today's lecture. Okay, student? So by that way, this oxygen have entered. So if oxygen is there, then obviously carbon dioxide will form. If oxygen is sufficient in this cell. If oxygen requirement is not sufficient, when it cannot be sufficient. A student, if you are running faster or if you are doing the exercise, then the time taken by the oxygen molecules to reach to your muscles, that is more than the time in which this respiration reaction occur in that muscular cell. Okay, I mean the supply of oxygen will not appear sufficient. So whatever the smaller amount of oxygen is present, by that way this reaction will take place. In that case, this lactic acid will produce in our muscular cell. And when the lactic acid is produced in muscular cell, we feel some pain called cramp. So this is quite common when you are running faster or doing exercise, then you are coming. Then after few hours, you will feel the pain. It is because of the accumulation of lactic acid. Now, where this ethanol is formed, there are certain small organisms where this glucose is converted into ethanol. I mean, they do not need this oxygen. Like the organism which is used for fermentation of anything, or deliberate decaying of anything, like yeast. Why we are using the yeast? For the fermentation, for developing the curd from the milk. What is going to happen? The milk is going to ferment. In that case, this ethanol is produced. Okay? So these are the things that we have to write. Student, any doubt, then please tell me. Otherwise, I will write all these things very systematically so that you will read it again and again. Okay, student. So let me go for the chemical reaction which is happening. So I will write the molecule. So it is our glucose What is the chemical reaction that is going to happen? Glucose, you may remember the formula also because it is up to your level, C6H12O6. If you cannot, then at least you must keep in mind 6 carbon atoms containing molecule. Another thing you have to keep in mind, it is the simple food. Another thing you have to keep in mind, it have already present or diffused in cell. So this is inside cell. These are the few things you have to. So glucose, do not think the glucose molecule in our laboratory. It is in our body, in our cell. Do not think in our nose, but in our skin, in our toes, in our stomach, in our muscles, everywhere. Okay? So a student, this cell have received this glucose. How? That we have learned through nutrition. And nutrition followed by absorption and transportation. These two processes are involved in pushing the glucose to our cell. So inside cell, the glucose molecule is there. Any doubt, then please, student, ask everything. So it is not simple the chemical reaction which is going to occur in our laboratory or anywhere. We are talking for biological process, means it is going to occur inside our body. Okay. This glucose molecule will first converted into the 3 carbon complex that is called as the pyruvate. The name I had explained earlier. So it is our pyruvate. A student, you have to write like this. No need to write the complex structure of this pyruvate, but you have to keep in mind it is a 3 carbon atom containing intermediate molecule. Okay, means it is produced during the reaction. It is not a stable one. So do not think glucose se pyruvate ban jayega. But we are knowing that if some reaction is occurring, the ultimate purpose is to reduce the energy. So whatever the energy is stored in the glucose, that will come down. Means along with this pyruvate, some energy will produce. Plus, I am writing this energy here. So let me write this as energy E0. Okay, student? E0 means it is the energy which is produced even during the final destination, even before reaching to the final destination, or before releasing the amount of energy, it have to be released through this respiration. So even when this glucose is split into pyruvate, some amount of energy is released. That I am taking as E0. The process of conversion of this glucose into pyruvate is called what? So this is our glycolysis that we have discussed earlier. So it is glycolysis. It is basically hydrolysis. Hydrolysis means what? Simply breaking in presence of water or something like that. Since glucose is involved here, so it is called as glycolysis. So write it properly. Okay, student. So it is our glycolysis. This process. Okay. So glycolysis is intermediate process of this respiration. So do not think it is entirely different process. The entire process till we reach the final end, that will be the respiration. It is the intermediate step. Where this reaction will occur, I had told you, this glucose is inside the cell. So in which part of the cell it is going to occur? It is going to occur in our cytoplasmic region. So right, in cytoplasmic region or in cytoplasm. Okay, this much part. So you have to keep this thing in mind everywhere and all the time, because I am writing each and every term, means I'm heavily loading this figure where it will occur in cytoplasm. So this much. Now this glucose have converted into an intermediate product which is present inside the glucose in the cytoplasmic region. Now, depending on the amount of oxygen present, this is again going to convert into three ways. Very first is, if oxygen is present in sufficient amount, from where this oxygen is present, through the breathing and by dissolving into the blood, it have reached to the same cell what we are taking here, this cell which is having this glucose. So if the oxygen is present, so means sufficient oxygen. So if there is sufficient oxygen, so right, plus O2, this symbol, or I may write here sufficient oxygen. Means sufficient oxygen is present in our cell. Means blood have carried sufficient oxygen from our lungs, and the oxygen is also present in this cytoplasmic region of this cell. Then this pyruvate is going to convert into carbon dioxide. Formula is quite common. Plus water along with this, large amount of energy is released. So student, you have to keep this in mind. This energy I am denoting. Which kind of reaction is this? This is an exothermic reaction. Chemically it is called as exothermic reaction. And in chemistry chapter 1 we have also learned endothermic, exothermic. There we have put this respiration in exothermic reaction. So let me call this as energy E1. Okay student, so this is what energy. This energy in the molecule or energy inside the cell is measured in the term of ATP. What is this ATP that we will see? It is found that this ATP is nothing but it is like energy currency. Like you have 100 rupees, you may spend some rupees, say 50 rupees, but still you will left with 50 rupees. Likewise, this is the stored energy in the mitochondria. Okay, wherever the other cell organally required, mitochondria is able to give this energy. Okay, it is found that in this ATP molecule, in the term of ATP molecule, it is the 32 ATP molecule is formed, and that is stored. Okay, so this is the value of E1. This ATP can be converted in the term of joule also, but all these things are beyond to your scope. Means the very first is this glucose have converted into energy, and this process, the first process it occurred is inside the mitochondria because of sufficient oxygen in the cell. This reaction means conversion of pyruvate into energy and carbon dioxide itself occur inside the mitochondria. So on the surface or in mitochondria, here it occurs. Okay, it is this one, and this reaction is quite common, or it occurs mostly. So it occurs most of organism or their cell, whether elephant, dog, all these things, whatever the organism you are going to take, and whatever the organ or cell you are going to take, it is this one reaction. Now, the second possibility is that I'm going to write is that oxygen is not present in sufficient amount, though oxygen is present. So that is called limited or lack of oxygen. Lack of oxygen. This is your limited, also written as limited oxygen or limited supply of oxygen. A student, this limited supply means even our normal cell is taking the oxygen through the blood route, but there is certain time, or there is a time period in which the blood is taking oxygen from our lungs and transporting it to our different cells. Okay, so lungs to different cells, it is taking some time to move from the lungs to the tip of this finger. Okay, student, and this respiration have to occur at this tip of this finger, I mean the cell present on the finger. Okay, see, if my finger start moving faster, or if my finger is pressed too much, means the cell have to respire fastly. In this cell, the respiration have to occur fastly. Respiration have to occur fastly means what? More oxygen is needed by this cell. But the circulation of blood or the supply of oxygen through this blood, that is limited. That have their own pace, own rate. So that's why the oxygen may not be available sufficiently at these places. If we are doing the exercise, okay, so while moving this hand or this part need more amount of oxygen, but that amount of oxygen is not supplied by my lungs or by pumped by my heart. So what will happen? The respiration will occur, but in limited supply of the oxygen. So it is that case. So this limited supply of oxygen, the end product is not carbon dioxide, because for converting into the final simpler molecule, whatever the ingredient or sufficient oxygen is required, that condition is not here. So in this case, means in lack of oxygen, another compound of carbon is formed, and it is stored in our cells where this incomplete respiration or the respiration in limited supply of oxygen have occurred. So that molecule which is formed here is our lactic acid. So it is our lactic acid. We will know this is one of the organic compound. It is also present in your curd and milk, the same. So this lactic acid have the 3 carbon atom containing organic molecule. Student, this lactic acid is stable and it gets stored in our where it gets stored, the cell where it is formed, the cell inside which this lactic acid is formed, or the muscle where this lactic acid is formed, in the same muscle it is going to store. Means it will not be removed. Later on this lactic acid will dissolve, then the pen is released. So this also is stored in muscle or muscular cells where this lactic acid is formed. In this case, the energy released, if I am denoting by E2, then it is found that this E2 is much lesser than the E1. Okay, student? So this is the energy released. In this case, it is observed that it is formed from 2 ATP to even 8 or 10 ATP, but not the 32 ATP. So this is the second condition. Where it occur, so that you have to keep in mind, in muscular cells on heavy duty, on heavy exercise or work. There it occur. So it also occur in living being, but it is a situational, not always. It is this one. Now the third situation is there are certain organisms who do not need this oxygen. That is called the absence of oxygen. Means no supply of oxygen. When there is no any supply of oxygen, then it is called, then in this situation, the end product is ethanoic acid. It is basically ethanol, not the ethanoic acid. Student, slightly correctest. I had explained in last page. So it is ethanol. Ethanol is one of the alcohol group. Alcohol, the same alcohol what the people used to take. In addition to this alcohol, the other compound form is our carbon dioxide and energy also, even few amount of water also. The energy I am taking this as E3. So student, you have to keep in mind this situation 3 is not quite common. It occur in few microorganism or insects, microorganism. The most common is your yeast you are knowing already, I think. Yeast, which is used for this making curd and other uses in our household. The same yeast we have to take. Yeast. So inside yeast this occur. In this case, it is the ethanol. The ethanol is 2 carbon atom containing compound. A student, you have to keep in mind, these first occur inside the mitochondria itself. Second and third, these two kind of reaction occur in cytoplasmic region. In cytoplasmic region, whatever we have, where the pyruvate is formed, the same place. It is also in cytoplasm. What is the cytoplasm? So it is area of the cell. Okay, student. So in this it occurs, in this region. But in which organism? The organism is yeast. So yeast का जो cell है, उसके cytoplasmic region में ये reaction होगा. So इस तरीके से we are observing that energy is released. The ultimate purpose was this simple food means this glucose have converted to energy. So energy is our requirement. Energy is our end product which was required. So this entire process, what was this? The process was glucose to end is our energy. This entire process is our respiration. Okay, student? So glycolysis, which is just a part of this. Now we have to understand how much energy is released in which case. See, The first reaction is the complete reaction, which is just opposite to the photosynthesis. So maximum energy is released. Okay, student? In second, the energy release E2 is, you may write here, lesser than E1. If you consider the third, then this E3 is even lesser than your E2, means ultimately this is lesser than E1. And if I compare for this E0, even E0 is lesser than E3. So only a small amount of energy release. So right, that one also, let me write here itself, E3. So energy E0 means where the pyruvate is formed is the smallest one. Then in absence of oxygen, how much energy is required, released? That is slightly greater than this pyruvate energy. Here we are denoting this by E3. Then there is lack of oxygen, means some oxygen is there, E2. Then the maximum one is E1. Okay, student? So let me write. Amount of energy released of energy released is, let me write this scenario itself, E0 greater than E3 greater than this E2 and greater than E1. It is what? It is our complete respiration, or this is also called as the anaerobic respiration. Means sufficient amount of oxygen is present, that is called as aerobic respiration. If limited or no supply of oxygen is there, that is called as anaerobic respiration. So let me start with aerobic. So it is called as aerobic respiration. These two collectively means these two are falling in anaerobic respiration. So this way, in the term of aerobic and anaerobic, we can say, so energy released in aerobic respiration is higher than anaerobic, and this is the energy released during, it is during which process? It is glycolysis. Student, अभी हमने ये बताया ये glycolysis के process में है. So glycolysis का meaning है simple चीजें form होना. Even this glycolysis sometimes also considered up to the end, but end ka the best term is your respiration. Okay. Students, so how much energy is released in which case, that you have to keep in mind. Now let me put this aerobic and anaerobic over this reaction itself. A student, in first case where glucose is converted into pyruvate and in presence of sufficient oxygen converted into carbon dioxide, right here, this reaction is called aerobic reaction or aerobic respiration. Means all the organisms which are undergoing this path, means glucose is converted into carbon dioxide and water with release of energy, it is aerobic respiration. If limited supply, and these two are falling in anaerobic category. A student, there are few doubts and even few books are saying that this lack of oxygen is also in aerobic respiration, but most of the book and the standard book are taking this lack of oxygen as anaerobic and aerobic respiration. This third one is also your anaerobic respiration. Students, so you have to keep in mind that these two, I mean, if the oxygen supply is not sufficient, that is called as anaerobic respiration. So it is this. Okay. So this is the mode. Another thing, by observing the very first reaction, we can say it is reverse of right here itself. That's why I have told you draw in a bigger pace. And if you can draw it in the landscape mode, that will be the best thing. So it is reverse of photosynthesis. So it is reverse of photosynthesis. Aerobic respiration is reverse of photosynthesis. That you have to keep in mind, student. Another thing, it is exothermic, means all the three are exothermic reaction. So right here, respiration, exothermic reaction, because the energy is released. Where this energy is released? Energy is released in our cells. So that thing we have to keep in mind. So right, it is an exothermic reaction and reverse of also reverse of photosynthesis. So these are the few other things. These are the small terms which are commonly or most oftenly asked in MCQ. That's why I am enumerating, though I have explained everything. A student, considering the mode, here we can say we have the two mode. One is aerobic, another one is anaerobic. So let me go for the mode of respiration. So whether it is as mode of respiration or type of respiration, both mean the same thing. Yeah, any doubt to any student? So we have just discussed, it can be classified into two categories depending on the sufficient amount of oxygen or limited or absence of oxygen. So very first is called as aerobic respiration. This is the first one. The next one is called as anaerobic respiration. So these are the two modes that we are going to learn. So let me just make a difference. By that way you can understand it very easily. The very first is, so this reaction occur in presence of oxygen. So sufficient oxygen is present. The ultimate purpose of both kind of respiration is to give the energy itself. Here it is absent or limited oxygen, supply of oxygen. Oxygen. So it is this one. It is one thing. The another one, how much energy is released, that you can write. So maximum energy is released. In term of ATP, it is 32 ATP. In this case, so lesser energy is released. A student, this varies from 2 ATP to 8 ATP. In your book, it may just written only for 2 ATP, but depending on the limited supply, it may vary. A student, what is the end product that you may write? End product is CO2 and water. Here, end product is, end means final product. Is what it could be? It could be, in absence, it is your ethanol, or if there is limited supply, then it is lactic acid. A student, we may write the reaction itself. What is the reaction? Reaction is glucose in presence of oxygen gives carbon dioxide, CO2, then water, H2O plus energy. It is this one. Or if you wish, you may write the balance equation also. It is our C6, H12, O6 plus oxygen. Right here, it is the respiration to give CO2 plus H2O plus energy E. A student, if you want to balance, you just put all the 6 here, everywhere. The reaction get balanced. If you want to write the reaction here, then the molecular formula is not required. You have to just write here, glucose gives us either your ethanol plus carbon dioxide plus energy, or lactic acid plus some energy. See, a student, lactic acid causes cramp. So if the lactic acid is stored in our body, then some pain started. So because of this, cramp or causes cramp. Cramp, I think everyone is getting, means some muscular pain, that is called as the cramp. So this you have to keep in mind. But no such cramp or no issues of cramp comes in this case of aerobic respiration. So you may, so cramping may occur. No cramp. It is. So these are the few important things that we have to keep in mind. There are many more. चलिए एक दो और भी लिख देता हूँ. और क्या क्या सीखा हमने अभी? Where this aerobic respiration occur? See, this occur inside mitochondria. Where this occur? In cytoplasm. Means in cytoplasmic region it occur. A student, what are the various organisms where it is found? So this is found or common in complex organism. Complex organism. It is basically the cells of complex organism. ये कहाँ होता है, ये चीज आपको बार बार ध्यान में रखना है, ये उसके सेल में होता है. लाइक कुछ भी आप ले सकते हैं. यू मे टेक द डॉग, कैट, बुल, ह्यूमन. Cat, it is. Where this is occurring? So again, so this is found in microorganism. Example, yeast that we have written. Yeast is the best example. Another, in the or in muscles of multicellular organism, involved in heavy exercise. Heavy exercise may be running or maybe doing any exercise. जरूरी नहीं है कि वो जिम करता रहेगा. Okay, students. So these are the few things. I was just thinking to write very few, but I have listed almost all. Any doubt then please ask, or otherwise. हाँ स्टूडेंट, यहाँ पे जरा इसी लाइन पे जरा एक चीज लिख लीजिए. Here we have not written the cramp or whether we have written. इसी में देखिए. So यहाँ पे जस्ट आप सेकेंड वाले में थोड़ा ऐड कर लीजिए स्टूडेंट. So stored in cells right here causing cramp. यहाँ पे causes cramp. ये cramp बार बार पूछा जाता है कि why the cramping occur. Cramping occur because of the anaerobic respiration or incomplete respiration. Okay, yeah, Neeraj, tell me, any doubt?
सर नेक्स्ट पेज में मोड ऑफ रेस्पिरेशन में एनारोबिक रेस्पिरेशन में सर पायरुवेट लिखने का जरूरत है क्या सर? ग्लूकोज
नॉट रिक्वायर्ड, क्योंकि ये पायरुवेट तो एरोबिक एनाएरोबिक दोनों में बनेगा. पायरुवेट इज द इंटरमीडिएट स्टेज और ग्लाइकोलिसिस ये तो दोनों में होगा. आई एम राइटिंग द डिफरेंस. ओके
ओके सर.
हाँ, एनी अदर स्टूडेंट हैव एनी मोर डाउट देन प्लीज आस्क. Student, please. So write the next. The oxygen required, so write the oxygen for respiration. So how this occur means from where this oxygen is getting and what is the important role of this oxygen. Okay, so respiration needs oxygen. Why? Especially where the large amount of energy is required. For multicellular organism, the amount of energy required is much larger than that of the primitive or simpler organism. Okay, so that's why it is always the aerobic respiration that occur inside the cell of multicellular organism. Okay, student, so respiration needs oxygen to give more energy. If the oxygen supply is lesser, then this amount of energy produced will also reduce. So this oxygen supply, so this supply of oxygen is ensured or achieved or done, it means that by our respiratory system. In multicellular organism. Where breathing is involved. So यहाँ पे अब ये देखिए, ये ऑक्सीजन बाहर से यानी एनवायरनमेंट से ले करके सेल को दिया जाएगा. तो ये रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम का फंक्शन रहेगा कि बाहर से ऑक्सीजन ले और सेल तक पहुंचाए. बट ये करते समय अपने को ब्रीदिंग करना पड़ता है. तो दिस रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम, दिस involves breathing. This breathing is inhalation and exhalation, means you are intake and exit of air. This we will also write. So what I mean that this breathing is not respiration. Breathing is required for aerobic respiration. So I have to write that point. A student, any doubt, then please ask. So breathing itself is not respiration, but it is required for the aerobic respiration. So student, you have to keep in mind, this breathing doesn't mean respiration. Breathing is part of the respiration, okay, where just oxygen is supplied. Aerobic respiration. So this thing we have to understand. So this breathing is part of respiratory system which is able to add oxygen to the blood. Then this blood is giving oxygen to the different cells. So right, breathing simply means it adds oxygen to blood. How? Through our lungs. Lungs is the filter that we will learn. And where this oxygen have dissolved in our blood. It is not the pure oxygen. Keep in mind, this oxygen in air. So we are breathing the air. Means it is only 21% of O2 in air. So what about the amount or the volume of oxygen that, air that you will breathe? Only 21% of that volume will be the oxygen. Okay, student, it is volume by volume. So it is this one. And in this lungs, there is exchange. So there the carbon dioxide from the glucose get diffused back and oxygen get diffused into the blood. That we will see. So this breathing adds oxygen to blood through lungs. Now this blood transports oxygen to different cells. So this system, and finally from this cell, and inside this cell, what is going to happen? The respiration reaction. So here the respiration of glucose. So after respiration of glucose, what will happen, students? It is the carbon dioxide that will form. So producing carbon dioxide. Now this carbon dioxide again dissolve back to the blood. So this carbon dioxide dissolve back to blood. So such blood containing carbon dioxide, such blood is called as impure blood. So student, this impure blood is now carried by our veins to back to our lungs. So it is again transported by blood circulation back to, now this blood will go where? Again to the lungs, where this CO2 is pushed back or to diffuses back. For releasing the breath, that is called exhalation or releasing through nose. Okay, student. So this way. Here I had taken the intake, means breathing. This was our inhalation. So intake of air that I had taken. So from the intake to finally, this is what the exit or release. So CO2 reached, air is released by organism. So what is happening? This is just opposite to the photosynthesis or opposite to the plant. Plant was taking the carbon dioxide and water molecule to produce the glucose, but here just a reverse of that is happening. A student, what we have learned is the very simple thing. Glucose have to be converted into energy. Okay. Now this is required for all the organism, even for the plant also. Here we have seen that in the nutrition, plant is forming this glucose molecule. But for what purpose? Again, the plant have to consume that glucose. So this process also occur in plant. So the plant, when not synthesizing the food, means not doing photosynthesis, at that time they are doing this respiration. Even during daytime, this respiration and photosynthesis both are occurring together, because some of the cells are consuming the glucose produced by the plant, though the leaves is producing that glucose. But during daytime the amount of CO2 released by the plant by the process of respiration is much smaller than the amount of oxygen released by the plant through the process of photosynthesis. So that's why it always appears to us that during the daytime plant is releasing oxygen only. But during the night time, wherever there is no light, photosynthesis cannot occur, release of oxygen cannot occur. So it could be the release of carbon dioxide only. So let me write that also. So right, respiration in plant I am writing. Or before going for respiration in plant, let me write the system itself. So whatever this process that I have listed here, this entire process, this one. So this process needs a system called a respiratory system. So this is achieved by respiratory system in multicellular organism, which includes what is required. So intake of air, because when air is taken, it means oxygen is taken. For that there is nose. Intake of air have to be reached to certain location where this air or oxygen rich air can diffuse to the blood. So it is our alveoli or lungs. Alveoli is the unit of lungs. So lungs. But for reaching to the lungs, there is a pipe similar to our foot pipe that is called as the windpipe. So through this windpipe, then through this windpipe, it will enter into, so this windpipe is also called as trachea or trachea. What do you want to read? Trachea. So it is our trachea. Okay? Or someone is, or many of you, the people are reading this as trachea. Mean the same thing. Now this air from this trachea, it will enter into the filtering unit where this air will be transported or come in contact with the blood. So that filtering unit is called as alveoli. So, and the collection of alveoli or collection of entire filtering unit is called as the lungs. So lungs have alveoli. So this alveoli is the filtering unit. So this help in diffusing from this lungs. So oxygen rich air diffuses to blood, and by this blood transportation or blood circulation, it goes to different cells. The reverse is also there. In this alveoli, if the blood contain higher concentration of carbon dioxide, then carbon dioxide will diffuse back in this alveoli. Alveoli will be nothing like, but it is like a sac, means it is like a balloon where the air will be on this side. This air contain oxygen, and the secondary side contain the blood. So this is going to nose, this is going to connect it to the blood vessel. So in this, the blood is there. So this blood is coming from where? From cells, different cells it is coming. So a student, from this blood, the blood contain carbon dioxide also. So CO2 is here. So CO2 will enter back into this one, and this will be back into this. So how this process is going to occur, that we will see. So it is, so here this is called as the purification of blood. Where exchange of O2 and CO2, or exchange of CO2 by O2 occur. So here this O2 will enter into the blood and CO2 will come back. So it is this. So this system is called as our respiratory system. Now this purified blood is pumped to different cells through our natural pump called heart. Cells through circulatory system. Circulatory or transport or our tube and heart system. Okay, so heart is for pumping, heart is not for purifying. In many of the MCQs, it is given that blood purification occur in heart, lungs. So many of our students are getting confused. No, dear student, heart is only for giving the extra pressure that we will see in circulatory system because of the rhythmic contraction and expansion of the heart, because it consists of a special kind of muscle called cardiac muscle. That cardiac muscle have a specific feature to contract and expand. Because of that contraction and expansion, this pressure developed, because there is a unidirectional valve in which the blood can enter from one direction when it is relaxed, and when it is again compressed, the blood will flow downward. Okay, like that. So that we will see in this circulatory system. So a student, we have to go for this circulatory system. So what is this circulatory system, that we will learn later, but let us today continue with this respiratory system. I had explained respiration. Respiration is a process where glucose is converted into energy, but respiratory system, this is the organ that helps in respiration, or that assists the respiration. So right, organ system that helps or supply they or meet the supply oxygen required for the process of respiration. Student, so what is this organ that we are going to learn? Just bear with me. I will explain few of them thing, and if we can finish it, then we will finish. Otherwise, we will stop in between. So what is this respiratory system? So respiratory system, this ensures the supply of oxygen rich air to blood. So the respiratory system ends here itself, means supply to the blood. Next, it is the transport system or circulatory system or the blood system, which again push back this oxygen rich air to the cell. But there is another part or another job of this respiratory system is also, if the blood contain impurity, say carbon dioxide, then that also removed. So this ensures the supply of oxygen rich air to the blood and taking the CO2 from the blood. स्टूडेंट, ये दोनों ही काम है इसका. CO2 यदि ब्लड में है तो वो उसको निकालेगा, ऑक्सीजन डालेगा, इतना इसका काम. ओके, सो व्हाट इज दैट? सो दैट वी हैव टू सी. So from where it starts? For that, let me take our textbook. बहुत अच्छा रहता है अपना टेक्स्ट बुक के फिगर्स, and very nicely drawn and explained, and whatever required to your standard, it is that much only. So I always prefer and love these figures. Yes, a student, it is this one. This pen is not working now. Let me quickly verify this. Yeah, here it is working. Then why not here? Yeah, it will work now. It have not completed properly. Okay, student, see this figure. This is very important figure, student. You have to keep in mind. Many a time this entire figure is asked. You have to explain how the filtration occur. So it is that one. Let me just draw the block diagram of this. What is going to happen? A student, the requirement of a respiratory system is to ensure the supply of oxygen. That is correct. So how that supply of oxygen is ensured? Okay, student. So let us see. The very first thing is this air or oxygen. This oxygen is present where? This oxygen is present in our atmosphere. So oxygen in air. So while I speak the air, it means oxygen in air or the air itself. It will, or it enters in our nose, and the area is called nasal cavity, and there is other pipe. You're getting? And in this pipe, through this pipe, it will come here. It will enter here, and then here you have to keep the track of this red line. It will enter here, then it will enter into this, then it will divide it, and or it will go into the thin membrane which is able to do this exchange. That membrane is called as alveol. Students, so how is this? Let me write. So it is the air or oxygen in air. This block diagram you have to keep in mind. It will go in our nose, the outer lobe, to the inner space like mouth. Just behind this nose there is a cavity like a space that is called as nasal cavity or nasal passage. Cavity. Okay. After this nasal cavity, it will enter into the, you may directly write this windpipe or trachea, but if you want to write in fine detail, then you shall keep this thing in mind, that this pharynx, larynx, these two are the term associated with this windpipe. Question was asked in NTSC and even to your academic also. Pharynx and larynx are associated with food pipe, windpipe. The answer is windpipe. One thing. Pharynx, larynx is associated with, nutrition, respiration. A student, it is related to respiration. Not exactly respiration. It is basically the muscular lobe that gives the sound or the sound quality basically. So these two things, pharynx and larynx, is related to our sound. Okay. But if it is asked in the term of respiration and windpipe and this thing, trachea, or at that time you have to keep in mind it is the trachea. So write these two terms also, just keep in mind. Even there is one thing called epiglottis that I will show later. I think next day I will show you how this windpipe and food pipe are separated, though the two are connected together. At the top, there is mouth cavity and nose cavity. They are connecting together, and again they get separated. So a reason is that, or a reason is like that, the two are get connected. So here it is like that. That I will show you in one of the figure later on. So from this nasal cavity, it will go to the very first, it comes the pharynx. Once the order was also asked whether the air first will enter into larynx or pharynx. So student, you have to keep in mind it is the pharynx, then this is your larynx. From this, it will enter into the windpipe. That windpipe is called as the trachea. Trachea, right here, windpipe. Pharynx and larynx, the importance is for producing the sound. Student, it is your pharynx and larynx which gives the quality of sound, which ensure the sound production without disturbing the inner muscles. Then from this trachea, student, we have to pay focus that they first enter into bronchi. Student, see here, the thick windpipe get branched into the thinner one. Say, this is the thicker one, it will continue to branch into the thinner one. Okay, and this thinner one further subdivided into the thinner one. and finally it will be connected to a very thin membrane. So this first branching from this trachea, that is called as the bronchi. What is ring of cartilage? I will explain. So it will go to your bronchi. A student, this is one thick pipe. Okay, it is branching into thicker or even thinner pipe, but still it is sufficient thicker that it will further sub-branch. So that sub-branching is called as the bronchioles. So that is called as bronchioles or bronchioles. It is what? It is thinner branches of bronchi or bronchitis. You might have heard the disease like bronchitis. Okay, that is a respiratory disease where this bronchis is affected by the virus or this bacteria. So it is a respiratory disease. So that way you have to keep in mind it is bronchi than bronchioles. Student, further these bronchioles get connected with a bag. I mean connected with a sac like a balloon. You might have seen the balloon. Balloon is shrinked if no air is inside that. But when the air is pushed inside that balloon, it is able to swell. And if the balloon contains the fine pores, then after a few days, the balloon again gets shrink. Why? The inner air is diffused again outward. So that balloon is called as alveoli sac or the alveoli itself. It is basically the alveoli sac, the complete structure. Or alveolar sac. Sac means it is the bag. Now this sac itself consists of the small unit of exchange of air, means thin membrane, that is called as the alveoli. See, this is the term written here. So these are the terms you have to keep in mind, student. So these are what? So it is your thin membrane where exchange or the surface for exchange of oxygen and CO2. Its secondary side, secondary means outer side, supplied with blood. Supplied with blood. So this exchange of CO2 and O2 occur for the blood. A student, so this is how the structure is. I have to explain many more things in this. I will show you tomorrow, because if I continue today, I think this could be the conclusive position where I will explain each and everything and how is this bag functioning, how is that transfer of this oxygen on other side, and then this CO2 from the blood side to inside this bag that occur, that we will learn. A student, sac means it is the simple bag. Okay, so anything which could be in the shrinked form, say your balloon is like, it is in the shrinked form. Now if this is supplied with air, it is able to swell because it is what? folded membrane. It contains the folded membrane. Okay, so membranes are able to stretch one over the another, and this become like this. So it is here O2 in air what have entered here. Okay, and on this side, or let me take the pen. On this side, there is, this is just touching this one, so it is not this single layer, the layer this layer where the another tube is formed. So on this side there is CO2, so this CO2 will come here, this will come here. Now say if the blood is coming on this side, so this blood containing CO2, now here what it will come, the blood will come, but now there will be O2. So this will go to body, this is coming from body, so it is from body. It is basically the heart where it will goes back. We will see the different chamber of heart. So artery and veins, those things we will learn later. So this is how the circulation and exchange occur. Next day we will start from here, how this exchange occur and where this will go. A student, any doubt then please ask, otherwise I shall stop the class here. Otherwise there could not be any other conclusive position where we can stop. किसी को कोई डाउट है तो पूछिए, अदरवाइज आज आपको हमने एक चीज ये बताया. हाँ, लेट मी राइट अ स्मॉल अनदर पॉइंट. See, this pipe is again very delicate and it is able to collapse. Okay, so to avoid collapsing, there is another ring or hard ring like structure is present over this, that is called as the ring of cartilage. So what is this ring of cartilage? See, if this is our wind pipe, so wind, and just behind this, student, you have to keep in mind, this wind pipe is in front, means from our heart side, if it touch just, then it is the wind pipe that is being getting choked. Okay, after behind that there is a foot pipe, behind this there is foot pipe. Let me take in other color. A student, behind this there is foot pipe. Okay, so we have to keep in mind this wind pipe and foot pipe are nearly touching or even touching each other. So in this, air is there, through this the food will enter here, food. So there is a chances that while you are eating, this layer will push this and this may also get choked. I mean, this thickness is reduced. So to avoid this, the entire pipe is covered with a hard layer. I mean, that is the cartilage layer, not the bones, but these are the cartilage. And you have learned there are different type of tissues. So these are the ring over the trachea. So these ring are consist of cartilage. So therefore it is also called as cartilage ring or ring of cartilage. Get it? So write just one line. Ring of cartilage. Student, any doubt? I think in this figure in our book or in the given figure, what I have taken from the book, it is only one pipe is drawn, that is our trachea is drawn. Fourth pipe is not drawn, that is behind this. So even while we are eating or while we are laying down here and there, it is possibility that this windpipe will get choked. And once the windpipe is choked, the oxygen cannot be supplied to the cell and cell will start dying. Therefore, this protection is required for this windpipe to avoid any collapsing. So this ring of cartilage is present around windpipe or trachea to avoid collapsing. That is protected from collapsing for continuous supply of air. So this air supply may be from the body to the nasal cavity or nasal cavity to the body. So this is the ring of cartilage, the function of ring of cartilage. If the ring of cartilage is not there, then the windpipe may collapse. Collapse means just their thickness or the hollow volume which is present, that will reduce. If that is reduced, then supply will be reduced. Any more doubt to any student, then please ask. I think there is no any doubt. So student, please read all these things. So what is your homework? होमवर्क के लिए क्या है आपके बुक का है कुछ बाकी क्या?
सर
यस टेल मी
सर कल टेस्ट है क्या सर?
कल नहीं है ना, आपको वेडनेसडे का आपको डेट दिया गया है ना. टुमारो इज नॉट टेस्ट. Already we had decided at least on the Wednesday. But सारे के सारे लोगों ने पोस्ट नहीं किया and all the questions. What problem किसी ने solve नहीं किए, किसी ने पोस्ट नहीं किया. How I will conduct that test? There is no question of conducting the test unless or until all the students are posting that. So student, please ensure, please post the homework. And right now even our website is also almost ready. I have made another system, means LMS, where you can just post there. You will go and just you have to post there rather than WhatsApp. It will remain stored forever. Whatever you have solved and what is that, everything will be there. So even I am also working on that. Almost ready, but still I have to test. So right now, student, you please post this homework in, I mean your maths homework in WhatsApp. If you post by tomorrow, then on Wednesday we will conduct the test. स्टूडेंट, इसके हमने ये सब क्वेश्चन किए थे क्या, रेस्पिरेशन के दिस क्वेश्चन हमने ये होमवर्क दिए थे क्या आपको? ये पेज नंबर 101, पेज नंबर 101 इज देयर. The remaining we have already done. Page number 101. स्टूडेंट्स, आपको ये होमवर्क करना है घर में. एटलीस्ट 5 ये होमवर्क करिए और फिर मैथ्स के सारे आप होमवर्क करके मेरे को दिखाइए. अगेन टुमारो एट द सेम टाइम वी विल असेंबल टुगेदर फॉर द क्लास. ओके, सो टुमारो. स्टूडेंट, एनी डाउट देन प्लीज टेल मी. आपको ये रेस्पिरेशन समझ में आया नहीं आया तो आप हमें बतलाइए.